Hello, fight fans. Welcome inside CJ's Bar here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Welcome to Shocktober, and we're getting started with quite a tussle between Abel Graves and Sean Cruz. These two are not wasting any time. Going at it, headbutt by Sean Cruz. Now Abel Graves fighting back in a headbutt of his own. Whips Cruz into the corner and takes Cruz down, but not for long. That body drop by Abel Graves. Now to the arm, and Graves drops Sean Cruz. Goes for the cover and makes quick work of Sean Cruz. What an impressive victory for the dastardly Abel Graves.
Introducing first, weighing tonight at 250 pounds from Newburgh, North Carolina, the incredible Will Huckabee. And his opponent, weighing tonight at 176 pounds, this is Brandon Young.
The incredible Will Huckabee, set to take on Brandon Young here at Shocktober. Young immediately goes into the rear waist lock, giving up some size and strength, no doubt, to Huckabee. Cinching in that side headlock. In the corner now, back elbow by Huck, clubbing right, takes down Brandon Young. Huck going to work in the corner now once again, and the bottom of Huckabee's boot across the throat of Young, and Will Huckabee looking to take out Brandon Young. Now goes for the cover. Kick out by Young. Huck looking to slow down the pace, but Brandon Young fighting back. What a chop across the chest of Brandon Young. One more in the corner now. Huck just firing away. Down goes Brandon Young once again. And Huck going to the eyes here. A lot of torque on the back, and Brandon Young he's hurting. And Huck just adding insult to injury now, but as Brandon Young gets to his knees, he unloads a couple of right hands, but Huck takes him right back down. And once again, going to the face, referee admonishing Huckabee. Brandon Young just trying to get to the ropes, get to his feet. Huckabee's right on top of him there, using the ropes to choke Brandon Young. Not even allowing Brandon Young to get to his feet before he chops him back down, does Will Huckabee. Whip into the corner. Brandon Young out of the way. Now first opportunity for Brandon Young to go on the offensive. Drop kick by Young, trying to pick up the pace. Unloading on Huck, but not able to take him down. Head scissors. Puts Huck in the corner. Brandon Young flies in, but Huck catches him and just drops him. Another combination there finally ends with a clothesline. That's got to be all but a kick out. Brandon Young able to get the shoulder up, and Huckabee can't believe it. Having words with Carlos Stapleton, our head official here in the World Fighting Showcase. Frustration showing for Huckabee, but he'll go back to work on Brandon Young. Brandon Young out of the suplex, rolls up Huck and gets the 3. Another impressive victory for Brandon Young here in the World Fighting Showcase. Oh, but Will Huckabee, the match is over, but Huck is not happy with the outcome. Attacking Brandon Young. Brandon Young victorious here. Hang on. Wayne Atkins running in with that pool cue, chasing off Huckabee.
Introducing first challenger, weighing tonight at 218 pounds from La Follette, Tennessee. He is the ultimate athlete, David Anthony. And his opponent from Glasgow, Scotland, weighing tonight at 255 pounds. He is the World Fighting Showcase television champion, the Scottish sensation, Murphy Costello. Your television champion.
Well, fight fans, we've gotten things settled back down, but I'm not sure, frankly, how long that's going to last as we prepare to write another chapter in the most storied rivalry in the young history of the World Fighting Showcase, as the ultimate athlete, David Anthony, will challenge for the WFS Television Championship that is held by the man that beat David Anthony to become champion, the Scottish sensation, Murphy Costigan. There's the bell. We are underway. These two know each other so well. Anthony immediately takes Murphy down to the mat. Official in perfect position to check the shoulders. That's exactly where David Anthony wants this match to stay, is on the mat. Front face lock locked in by Anthony. Murphy Costigan trying to get out of it. He'll get to his feet. Now he'll take Anthony down by the leg. And Costigan will take advantage of that situation, immobilizing David Anthony for the moment by way of the left leg. Anthony now with a nice reversal. Shoulders were down for just a moment. And as expected, this one's heating up very early on. David Anthony now back in control. Standing switch. Likely just trying to wear down the champion. Leapfrog off the ropes. Take down by the challenger. Not enough just yet. But David Anthony firmly in control here in the early going, looking to regain the television championship. Quick reversal by Costigan, but Anthony able to get the shoulders up very quickly. Murphy Costigan in trouble here, but he'll reverse the hold with the head scissors, taunting David Anthony all the while. Anthony locking his hands, it looks like, trying to prevent Murphy Costigan from doing too much damage. What does David Anthony have in store here? What an escape. And back with the advantage goes the Ultimate Athlete. Impressive work by the challenger and former champion David Anthony. Now both men back to their feet. Anthony ducks under a clothesline. Oh, but his throat hit that top rope, and that took down the challenger. Murphy Costigan now going to work. Lateral press, one. It looks like maybe a two, but just barely. A lot of fight left in the challenger as champion Murphy Costigan goes to work on the hand, the fingers of Anthony. Referee having words with Costigan, and Costigan all but ignoring them as he goes to the corner. Working the body of David Anthony. What a right hand. The challenger goes stiff. Murphy Costigan very proud of himself, and as much as I hate to say it, rightfully so at this juncture of the contest. Costigan now using the ropes, referee counting, and Costigan will use every second of that count to his advantage, forcing the nearly lifeless body of David Anthony back into the center of the ring, and just stepping on his hand, stomping the Ultimate Athlete. Kick to the back. Right back to work on the arm and shoulder of David Anthony. Anthony once again trying to escape, gets to his feet, gets out of the clutches of the champion, but he's still trying to shake off the damage that's been done, and Costigan immediately goes back to the arm. Wise strategy by the TV champ. Another takedown. Rolls over the challenger, failing to hook the leg, and that allows David Anthony to kick out and stay alive here. David Anthony can't get to his feet. Murphy Costigan has him right where he wants him. Finally now, back to a vertical base and fighting back. Great uppercut there, but just like that, Murphy Costigan takes down his challenger once again. But David Anthony is not done fighting. He wants that television championship back. Costigan with one right takes him down, runs in with the splash. It's enough for a 2. Costigan again not allowing David Anthony any separation, any room to recover. What a great matchup, a chess match of sorts this has been between two very familiar foes. Right hands by David Anthony, return fire by Costigan, looks for the slam, can't get the Ultimate Athlete up, off the ropes, trips Costigan. Can't quite take advantage now, he does, unloading that right hand, takes down Murphy Costigan not once, but twice. The champion is dazed, he catches the leg of his challenger. What's he got in mind here? David Anthony gets out of it. He has Costigan stunned in the corner. Can he take advantage? Runs in. Costigan had that well scouted. What a show of strength by David Anthony to get Murphy Costigan in position, drop the knees in the center of the champion's back. Finally makes his way over, hooks the leg, and a very near fall, inches away from the mat, was the hand of Carlos Stapleton. And David Anthony grabs the hand of Costigan. Finger breaker applied. David Anthony could be closing in on becoming a 2-time WFS television champion. Can he put Costigan away? Tried to pick him up into the fireman's carry, but Costigan reverses his way out. Right knee to the temple of David Anthony, very quickly down for the cover, and a near fall for Costigan. This has been a great back and forth exchange between two of the best fighters that the WFS has to offer. Costigan now goes outside the ring. What's he doing? He's grabbing his title. Referee is right there. Can't imagine he's going to let this slide. David Anthony ducks under, though, kicks Costigan right in the head. Now David Anthony has the television title. Same situation, though. The referee is right there. He's looking right at David Anthony. Can't imagine that Carlos Stapleton is gonna let that go. David Anthony dropping the belt. Oh, and that allows a distraction. Murphy Costigan goes low. Referee's back was turned. He was getting rid of the title belt out of the ring, and unfortunately, that's the way this one's gonna end.
Your winner and still WFS television champion, Murphy Costigan.
Costigan escapes with the television title.
You're gonna have to figure out real quick. Murphy Costigan is your future.
Introducing first, from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing in tonight at 247 pounds, he is accompanied by the Queen of Mean, Amy Jo Gibson, and is one half of the Evolution Tag Team Champions, the Riders of the Apocalypse, Jamie Gibson! And his opponent, from Saltville, Virginia, weighing in at 235 pounds, accompanied by Big Nick Henson, one half of the Drummies, Asher
A lot to talk about here, fight fans. This was originally scheduled to be tag team action between the Thrillbillies and the Riders of the Apocalypse, but after what went down last month at September Showdown right here at CJ's Bar, Nick Henson not cleared to compete with his injured knee, so he will instead be the corner man for Asher the Axe Adams, who will take on Jamie Gibson one-on-one. But if you've ever seen the Riders of the Apocalypse, you know that that is never the case. Asher Adams now working over Gibson in the corner. Jamie Gibson's wife, Amy Jo, the Queen of Mean, as it were, at ringside. DP Holiday has got to be lurking somewhere. You have to imagine, as Gibson applies the side headlock, center of the ring on Asher Adams, who's fighting back now. Shoots off Gibson, but eats the shoulder and goes down. Pace picking up here, and nice kick there. Almost a leg lariat by Asher Adams. And Gibson's going to roll to the outside. And that, at least for the time being, will stop the attack of Asher Adams. Referee beginning to count Gibson out here. Jamie Gibson in no real hurry to get back inside the ropes and square off with Asher Adams. Maybe content to take a count-out victory here. Finally, Gibson back inside the ring. And that's where Asher Adams wants to continue this matchup. Choosing not to follow Jamie Gibson to the outside. The lock horns, side headlock applied by Asher Adams, cinching it in. Wrenching down on the neck, the ears, the temple, as it were, of Jamie Gibson. Gibson goes down. Nice reversal by Adams, and a hip toss takes Gibson down, but once again, Jamie Gibson will roll to the outside. Call it a veteran move, I guess. Now Nick Henson looking to get involved and chasing Jamie Gibson into the ring, but right back out he goes. Asher Adams visibly frustrated that Jamie Gibson will not stay inside the ring, and now Nick Henson walking over face to face with Amy Jo and Jamie Gibson, and Gibson turns around and cold cocks Asher Adams. Now Gibson will step back in between the ropes. Tie up once again. Adams backs Gibson into the corner. Knife edge chop. Now working over Jamie Gibson with those body shots. Referee calling for the clean break, and Asher Adams will oblige for just a moment, but Jamie Gibson goes to the eyes. Now Gibson, one half of the Riders of the Apocalypse, punishing Asher Adams. Great close-up shot there. A lot of pain writhing on the face of the Axeman, who's trying to fight back, but Jamie Gibson with the clear upper hand for the time being. Into the corner. Spine buster. That could be all if he can take advantage. Hooks the leg. Shoulder wasn't quite down. That slight hesitation is enough to keep Asher Adams alive in this matchup. Jamie Gibson slow to get up, but is still the first to his feet. Asher Adams is taking a beating thus far. And now Jamie Gibson just tosses him to the outside. Referee goes out to check on him, and now Gibson is provoking Nick Henson, it looks like, to get involved, and that will turn the referee's back from Amy Jo, who has her hands on Asher Adams. Now back inside the ring with the action. Jamie Gibson applying a sleeper hold. Asher's fading, but he gets out of the hold. Takes down Jamie Gibson. Rolls Gibson to the center of the ring, hooks the inside leg, not quite enough. Gets a count of 2. Adams now going right back on the offensive. Irish whip into the corner. Runs in with the clothesline. Jamie Gibson looks dazed. Cannonball in the corner. Asher Adams is fired up. Drags Jamie Gibson out of the corner. Another cover and another kick out by Gibson. Now both men get back to their feet, and looks like maybe Gibson went to the eyes again. Hard to tell from my vantage point. DDT. Asher Adams drops Jamie Gibson with that DDT. Amy Jo is up on the apron. Referee distracted, pulled a lot of different ways. Nick Henson has Amy Jo, picks her up off of the apron, and that's gonna draw the attention of Jamie Gibson. Things getting a little out of hand here. Stunner by Asher Adams, hooks the leg. 1, 2, and 3. Asher Adams victorious on this day, on this occasion, but the issues between the Riders and the Thrillbillies seem like they are far from over.
Introducing the challenger from right here in Kingsport, Tennessee, weighing tonight at 213.5 pounds, the CJ's Bar champion, sensational Wayne. And his opponent, weighing 265 pounds from Danvers, Tennessee, he is the Evolution Heavyweight Champion, the Troublemaker, Brian Logan!
So last month at September Showdown here at CJ's Bar, Brian Logan, the Evolution Heavyweight Champion, viciously attacked his challenger on that night, Jeff Storm, with a wrench, intentionally getting disqualified. So Storm unable to compete here tonight, not in attendance. The challenger will instead be the last man to gain a victory over Brian Logan. As it were, that's sensational Wayne Atkins, the CJ's Bar champion. Logan and Atkins lock up, and Logan immediately scoop slam to Atkins. Logan picking on some of the fans here in attendance. We've had such a great night. It's a shame that he's trying to spoil it. But he's not known as a troublemaker for nothing, fight fans, that's for sure. But Wayne Atkins knows that. These two have known each other for a very long time as Atkins goes to work on the arm, but again, Logan with the slam, but he misses the elbow. Arm drag by Atkins, and he's immediately back in control. Logan tries to scurry away, gets back to his feet. Off the ropes, Atkins ducks under. Cross body, immediately into the cover. Logan up, but right back down. Another impressive arm drag from the sensational one. Dropping the leg on the arm of Brian Logan. And he's going to get the fans involved here, make sure that they're having a great time here at CJ's Bar. Brian Logan goes to the hair, backs Wayne Atkins into the corner. Brian Logan going to work on Atkins. Atkins out of the way, drop toe hold, and right back to the arm. Brian Logan again to his feet, and again to the hair. This time off the ropes, and a back elbow takes down Wayne Atkins. Logan continues the onslaught, but a sunset flip by Atkins. Logan out of that, and once again, Wayne Atkins with the takedown. Seems like every time Brian Logan gets a reversal or swings the pendulum of momentum, Wayne Atkins is right back with more impressive athletic work inside that ring. Shoulders are down there, referee counting. Carlos Stapleton, the senior official, certainly the best man for the job, calling the action here. Refereeing this main event here at Shocktober. Evolution Heavyweight Championship on the line. Now Brian Logan with a Impressive reversal there. Back elbow creates some separation, and that one looked like it knocked Wayne Atkins a little silly. Left jabs and comes over the top with the right hand, does Brian Logan. Referee admonishing Logan for the closed fist, but to no avail. Logan goes right back to work. Choking sensational Wayne Atkins. Logan throws Wayne Atkins to the outside. As we saw in this building last month, Logan not necessarily going to look for a pinfall or submission win. He will keep a hold of that Evolution Championship any way that he sees fit. Referee counting. And as soon as Atkins gets to the apron, Logan knocks him down once again. The sensational one to the floor. Now here comes Wayne Atkins back in the ring, unloading on Brian Logan. Atkins putting all that he's got behind those right hands. What a clothesline. Brian Logan taking advantage of the size differential between these two fighters. Inflicting pain on Wayne Atkins now. Is the troublemaker. Drops the elbow. Now into the cover, hooks the leg. Wayne Atkins somehow gets out of that predicament. But Brian Logan immediately back into a hold on the offensive. Goes the Evolution Heavyweight Champion. Atkins, though, will get to his feet. He's going to fight out of the hold. Ducks under a clothesline. Takes down Brian Logan. May have done some damage to himself there. Talking, of course, about Wayne Atkins. Both men are back up on their feet. And Atkins is going to try to keep the pace picked up, but both men go down. And at this juncture, it's a race to see who can get to their feet and maintain the advantage. Logan will win that race, but Wayne Atkins not far behind and swinging haymakers at the Evolution Champion. Now we're in the corner once again. Atkins goes up. And this is broken down and just into a brawl, as it were. Clothesline. Can't quite take Logan down. Wayne Atkins just unleashing those right hands. Logan finally shoves him off. Spear by Wayne Atkins takes down Brian Logan. Both men down. Hang on just a second. Somebody was there at ringside. I believe that was Will Huckabee. Did he hand something? He handed Brian Logan something. You can see it very clearly there in Brian Logan's hand. Wayne Atkins now with those rights and one right hand, and just blatantly sneaking it into his tights goes Brian Logan, and he'll get the 3. It was Huckabee at ringside. Brandon Young now coming out, talking to the official, telling the official what's transpired here. Will Huckabee's going ballistic here. Referee now checking the tights of Brian Logan. And he's found the object that Logan used, and Carlos Stapleton has now reversed the decision. And now Huckabee and Logan are going to go to work on Wayne Atkins and Brandon Young. And we've got a Pier 6 brawl in CJ's bar. Wayne Atkins now the victor in our main event, but Brian Logan will retain the Evolution heavyweight title.